the medical doctor's office, the nutritional doctor's office, or directly to the consumer.
That's a lot of testing.
Yes.
So you guys are very conscientious about the whole process.
Never will we accept a batch that is contaminated, has lead, has mercury, has herbicides, has pesticides, has been made into powder, has not been processed properly. This is a delicate berry, and we treat it with the utmost love, care, and respect.
This amount of testing and this whole process, it's not required by law. I mean, it sounds like you guys are going over the top to bring a pure quality product.
Yeah, absolutely. We're extreme when it comes to the goji berry. We're obsessed with the goji berry. And most people just pick up the phone and call some supplier in China and say, do you have goji powder, and what's your price? And they'll negotiate the price down, and then they'll ship it over by air in a powder. And they get it, run no test. Maybe it comes with tests. Maybe the tests are accurate. Maybe they're not. And then they mix it with water, mix it with a bunch of fruit juice, and they've got their goji product. Mm-hmm. And we know because we've had them tested. Mm-hmm. And when we test it, there's no polysaccharides in it. Mm-hmm. So it's sad, but it's true. We call it the McDonaldization of goji.
I just have a few last questions I want to ask you. Can you tell us a little bit more about the history of goji?
As I said before, it's over 4,000-year rich history, and the goji berry has been written in the Divine Farmer's Handbook. It's got hundreds of clinical trials that have been done. There's even a goji festival for 1 week in Asia where they celebrate the goji berry.
Wow.
Yeah, and then you heard the poem that I read. Mm-hmm. And, the goji berry is famous in Asia. Just absolutely, it is almost the foundation of much of the traditional medical system in Asia.
We're just finally catching on.
Exactly.
I'm sure many people are wondering if the Goji 100 would replace the multivitamin that they're currently taking.
That's a great question, and the answer is no. You still want to take your multivitamin, and please don't take these multivitamins that are tableted or have a bunch of excipients and binders and
glued
chemicals.
Together.
Right. Yellow dye number 5 and 7, there's nothing natural about that. I recommend a liquid multivitamin. It's called 4 Total Nutrition, and the goji mixed with the 4 Total Nutrition is an absolute powerhouse tonic.
Are there any negative side effects from goji? Will it interfere with my medications?
No, it won't. But you always want to take goji or any supplement away from your medicine. So you usually want to wait about 45 minutes to an hour. Okay. So if you take your medicine in the morning, then take your goji, like around noon. Or if you take your medicine at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, then take your goji about an hour later. Okay. Don't mix the two because goji may enhance or strengthen the effect of the medicine.
Good to know.
The only effect or side effect of goji is that you smile more. You're happier. That's a good side effect,
yes,
right?
Yes, that's a good one. Yeah. Is there anyone who should not take Goji 100?
Not to my knowledge. Goji is a food. It is a whole food. Goji juice is a whole food juice supplement. And as far as I'm concerned, it is safe and perfectly fine for anyone to take.
Because Goji 100 is 100% pure with nothing added, what does it taste like and how should we take it?
Well, it doesn't taste like Kool-Aid, so it's not going to be like a milkshake or something that you're going to crave, but it doesn't taste really nasty or really bitter like noni juice. Our pure noni juice, I'll be the first person to tell you, it is really pungent.
I tried a little bit of that. It's bitter.
Right, but I love it.
Yeah.
In my mind, the more bitter, the better. Mm-hmm. But the goji juice is not that bitter. It tastes like a I don't know, almost like a little acidic, thick prune juice, if you will. So it's
not bad.
It's a thick, dark, a little sweet, but it doesn't have sugars in it. There's nothing in it, but it has this kind of a thick prune juice taste to it.
Well, I heard through the grapevine that you have another goji product coming out. What is that like, and why would you do another goji product, and how is it different?
Well, the goji product that we have coming out is called Total Goji 100, and the goji product that you and I have been talking about today is called Goji 100. And the reason why we've come out with it is because we have uncovered in our trips to Asia that the goji berry has a very good fat or oils in it that are extremely beneficial. So all we did was we took the Total Goji 100, which is basically made up of 100% pure wild harvested, unfiltered goji berry juice, including the goji berry skin, the goji berry fruit, the goji berry meat, and the pulverized goji berry seeds.
Okay.
And so what we're getting is the fiber from the skin, the meat, and we're getting the oil from the seeds, and it's kind of like a total goji. It's almost like you're picking a fresh berry, and we just preserve it right there in the field as perfectly as humanly possible to get every single thing in the goji berry. And it's this, it looks different, it's orange in color, and it's this spicy, orangey, it almost tastes like a vegetable juice, except it is loaded with good oil. And you can see the oil in it. It's got this oily film. It doesn't taste nasty, but it's absolutely a phenomenal product. And we were going to originally come out with just goji oil. And I said, no, wait a minute. Why not just come out with the whole juice? The seed, the berry, because the seed is the next generation. Why not come out with the seed and the berry and the meat and the pulp and the skin and just everything, as opposed to the Goji 100, which is the juice slow cooked. Traditionally, the way it's been cooked and made for several thousand years. And if you go to an acupuncturist or an acupressurist or somebody in traditional Chinese medicine, chances are they're going to send you home with herbs. And what are you going to do with those herbs?
Slow cook them.
Slow cook them. Because?
Because it brings out all the medicinal properties.
Exactly. So which do you choose from, the Goji 100 or the Total Goji 100?
That's a hard choice.
I know. And I asked you that so you wouldn't ask me. But I don't know either.
Yeah.
I usually alternate or drink both, or I'll alternate. If I'm traveling, I drink both. I love the oil in the Total Goji 100. But there is something about the cooking process of the Goji 100 that I will never know the answer to. We can't assume that we will ever figure out Mother Nature. And when we do this traditional method of slow cooking this goji, it is magical. I just don't know what's happening. I can't put my finger on it. I don't think I'll ever be able to, but there's a reason for 4,000 years that people have been slow cooking these herbs and these juices and these berries. And for me to assume or that I know what's going on is just simply not going to happen. So I'm offering two of the best of both worlds, the slow cooked traditional way or the whole complete berry with the oil, the seed, the skin, the meat, everything. Which one's better? I'll never be able to answer that question. That's a source of frustration, so I just accept it and just give into it. I take both. I want the oil, and I want whatever is happening in that slow, traditional cooking process.
It makes sense. Well, Dr. Lindsay, I want to thank you so much for coming on our radio show. It's most definitely one of the best shows that we've had here at Natural Living Network Radio.